1800. A game released in 2019 and I'm reviewing it now. Do you know why? Well, for several reasons. Mostly I don't play PC games that much, because of comfort reasons. But sometimes a game comes along. Sadly, Anno 1800 wasn't available in Steam store, which I usually use. And I really tried to pull a sneaky molester and try to wait out the storm to buy it over there. But Uplay actually had a decent discount. It sadly ended on 17th of April. I got my copy for 32 euros, so this really was the best time to grab it. But it still is worth every penny, even today. To be perfectly honest, this was my first entry to this franchise. I have never played any other Anno games before, but I have heard so much good about this one, I needed to give it a go. So let's dig in a bit deeper. Anno 1800 is set in the old world, where the needs of the citizens, workers and artisans are the central to the management of productions and supply chains. But also a parallel new world city exists, which produces all the goods that the old world really wants. Establishing trade routes is essential, having military might is also needed. But how about the story? Well, there isn't much of it. It's really more of an introduction of who you are and what you're doing there. You basically need to establish a new colony because of your treacherous brother has taken over your father's lands after his passing. Everything and everyone seems to be hiding something, but the truth is hidden and the story revolves around those secrets that you slowly discover. And that's pretty much it. To be honest, you slowly go through this tutorial-like campaign, but it doesn't teach you much. Getting your economy running will take some learning and supply line management and of course civilian happiness. You start with nothing but a harbor. You need to build some houses for farmers. You need to provide them with food, drink and a marketplace. This of course takes wood that you also need to both cut and then prepare in sawmills. But you also need to clothe people. You cannot have them running around naked, can you? And of course they drink like Irishmen. Thus you need to prepare schnapps to keep them happy. And for both of those you need some sheep for wool and cultivate potato fields. Then this gives you schnapps. So you just need to keep expanding. And of course all the materials are refined in different factories and workshops. But also you need fire safety, you need everything. You cannot drink potatoes. You need to squeeze potatoes to make a schnapsen. You have different factories for that, so you know. New people are coming into your small village, and soon enough you can upgrade your farms into worker houses. This opens up a whole new variety of buildings. Meanwhile, the game gives you funny missions like finding stray dogs and drunken farmers. Also, you have a vast sea to explore. Because if you are in the campaign mode, you also have competition. AI-controlled opponents take over other islands and form connections. You need to do that as well. They can also form alliances and start wars. You need to be politically aware of your decisions. Forming trade routes is necessary and taking over other islands as well. Because other islands that are uninhabited might have resources like peppers, leather or minerals like copper and zinc that you really need in your production line. Of course you can order them from your competitor, but this is going to cost you. And why pay if you can take them for free? To set up trade routes you need to build ships. For that you need to create sails. For that you need workers. Farmers turn into workers after the upgrade, so you need to mind the balance between both workforces. This becomes a tricky situation, because workers need different things to be happy, thus you need to start producing a whole line of other goods. The happier your people are, the more money you can earn from each property. You need to start making sausages and beer, thus you guessed it, you need pigs and grain. And of course all the needed processing plants as well. Everything on your island needs a warehouse. This is the place where new products or raw minerals are kept. But you need to optimize your production. Each building has a processing timer, so you need to balance the workflow. Like if your clay pit needs 1 minute to mine, you can have 2 brick factories with 30-second production timer each. Thus the ratio is 1:1, and your production line is balanced. Yeah, it all might sound really difficult, maybe even like micromanaging. But you can overthink it as you are watching this video. But honestly, after an hour or two, you will get the whole thing. And trust me, putting this tiny amount of time into learning it all gives you so much pleasure in the long run. you will actually enjoy the game. But what I suggest you do is watch a real how-to video before you will sink your mind into this game. Thus, you will succeed in your first try. So onwards we go. You also gain influence levels that you can use to prop up the happiness of your citizens. You can mask all the bad stuff with propaganda and boost their thirst for consumption. Of course, this will sometimes backfire. Influence points are a special resource for increasing the power of your empire. To get more of them, you must attract investors to your empire by upgrading engineer residence to investor residences. Influence investments are divided into 6 categories: propaganda, trade, military optimization, culture and expansion, which are also divided into subcategories. It's just amazing. Completing missions and tasks from your competitors give you boosters for buildings, so you can equip them to your houses, harbors to increase effectiveness, and the trade unions that boost your production. Those boosters can also give you happiness. Well, not you in particular. They will make your people happy. Thus, the people will make you happy. You see? Yeah. The circle of life. The circle of a happier life. Yeah. Once all the workers get happy and get their sausage and beer, guess what? Guess what? You can upgrade those buildings once again to artisans, opening up even greater production lines. Now you will get into the world of mines and mineral production. Bloody hell, after the smelters, furnaces, kilns and other buildings, you can manufacture weapons and warships. But people, they tend to get their own opinions. Thus, you need to suppress the violence and keep the peace. You need police and other good stuff. But remember, after you upgrade or amp up the production, you need more workers. To get more workers, you need more farmers, and keeping the balance is really tricky. You can visually see the whole land on your island be covered in houses in the matter of an hour. And artisans, of course, they need their own things to be happy, and once all the requirements are met, you can upgrade the houses once again. So you get the engineers, concrete production, and the whole 9 yards with oil, power plants and railways. I mean, this game just keeps expanding and expanding like universe. Heavy weapon and bicycle factories, I mean gold mines and dynamite creation. Jesus, after 22 hours of straight gameplay, not straight, 4 days maximum, and I'm still not there. I haven't seen the whole game yet. And don't forget, this is only the old world. You have new world yet to be discovered. I will get to that. So you can not only overwhelm your opponents with military might, but you can also buy them out. You can buy shares from your competitors' companies, thus you can earn profits from their profits. Buying all 6 slices, you will basically own the island, or their production on this island. So if you get bored, you've been playing like 24 hours and you haven't discovered even half of the game, and you get bored, you can discover the new world. You can set sail in the far distance of vast seas. Discovering the new world is truly done in an awesome and funny way. Before the voyage, you need to equip your ship with goods that you might need on your journey. The ship embarks, and as the time passes, you can experience the exploration in the form of text. The game describes the events that you encounter and gives you a selection of options to choose from. And the things you choose determine your success and faith. The outcome also somewhat depends on the items you have with you. Those will get you out from tricky situations. If your chosen option fails, you will lose a bit of morale. If you succeed in most options, the new land will be discovered. Banana trees, cocos, tobacco. The new land has a whole set of new factories and raw materials. You also have a different social order. I mean, you could have just put together a Railway Empire, Tropico series, mixed with a little city skyline and sprinkle it with Zoo Daikun. Yeah, you can even discover rare animals and import them to make your tourists happy in your city zoos. I mean, Jesus, man. And don't forget that this game also has a total strategic military element, warships and defense structures. I mean, it has everything. Anno 1800 is unbelievable. And it must be the most detailed and well thought out strategic city builders I have ever played. And even one of the best games I have played ever. And this is why I'm giving Anno 1800 a 9.5 out of 10. If the story was a bit deeper, then the score would have been 10, honestly. This game also has a massive amount of DLCs that I have yet to explore. This game, get this game. If it feels too expensive now, then just, sneak around, do the molester walk, and check behind trees and, every now and then, and get a discount version of it. It's worth every cent. And I hope my review was as well. So, if you like this video, hit that like, smash that bell, and if you dare, subscribe as well. I'm SillyLlamaz, and thanks for watching. Till next time.